Welcome to Two Neurons, One Mic, part 2. If you follow us on TikTok, you'll know what we're talking about. If you don't, we're not going to explain it. That's your punishment.
Yeah, follow us on TikTok, whores. Sorry, that was rude. Anyway, so apparently, we just recorded for maybe 15 minutes, half an hour,
Maybe like 20, 30 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes, and I never pressed record on the audio interface.
Oopsie poopsie.
We're just talking into the mic aimlessly.
Once again, the fucking audio is the biggest bitch, bro. But the other bitches, we got new cameras, as you can tell. We have all of these new angles. I know, I was trying to get a new. We got these new cameras for, what is it, 4K quality?
4K quality
4K
for $100.
But that being said, they were only $100, so the batteries last maybe like 30 minutes. So the cameras are probably gonna die soon, and we're gonna have to do.
We're already on 2 bars.
Yeah,
You know, it's better than where we were.
Look at these angles. Look at this lighting.
Amazing. I was telling the audience that all of these cameras, we have 3, and they look like little viruses.
Yeah,
with the tripods.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like if you're
freaking me
science
out.
people, you know that like the virus is like the little legs,
Spooky.
and then like
or if you watched Jimmy Neutron as a kid.
yeah,
That's how I knew what a virus was.
Oh no way! I'm thinking like my textbooks.
No, when I saw it in my textbooks, I was like, oh my god, Jimmy Neutron was right. They depicted it perfectly.
Yeah, Jimmy, smart as fuck.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
And producers.
Carl Weezer. Bruh, Miss Crow. Except that wasn't very good. I love that bitch. It sounded like a fucking buzzer.
I think he sounded just like her. We have to remake all the jokes that we said originally.
Oh my god, I know. Well, I guess we should start off with why our nose are producing just a fuck ton of shit
Why
right
we're
now.
a little bit sniffly.
Yeah, we're not sick.
So, there was this giant ass fucking roach in my kitchen. A predator. It was what do you say? Heckling us? Heckling us. It was heckling us.
Yes.
Right there on the wall. Oh my god. Biggest fucking roach I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some big ass roaches.
It was like definitely a roach. It wasn't palmetto bug. It wasn't a palmetto bug. No, it wasn't, because it didn't fly.
Well, maybe it just didn't want to.
But it was like that big. Like it was huge.
Probably this big.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was scared shitless. Thank you to Abby for being here, because she sprayed that bitch. Maybe a little bit too well.
Definitely. There's like a warfare amount of gas in the kitchen right now. The roach spray. It took us so long to get the motherfucker to like, it would walk so fast. We couldn't get a hold of it. So after like fucking 20 minutes of screaming bloody murder, it goes from like the ceiling to the cabinet to the floor. I'd get him on the floor. I just kept my finger on the trigger. I just let out like half the remaining amount of roach spray, and you can see him dead in the puddle. And me and Melissa were like, yeah, it's dead. And now we're like, fuck.
We can't stop sneezing.
Literally, roaches can survive a bomb, but that shit will kill them. And we've just literally inhaled probably an unnatural amount.
Literally, our noses are so bad.
Yeah, we've been like, it's been probably an hour, and we still are like fucking sneezing.
Yeah, thank God we're in this room and not in the kitchen
The
anymore.
kitchen is like a biohazard right now.
So now tell your joke. In case
Yeah. So my so my
Originally.
nose, exactly. I was right, and I'm like, I can't fucking breathe, so I'm sitting here like looking like a mouth breathing ass bitch right now. And I was like, sorry if you hear me like mouth breathing like John and Kate +8. Like, John, honey, can you breathe quietly? You're like in my ear, and I feel like that's what I'm doing in your guys' ear. So my apologies.
Kate Goslin, please do not listen to this one.
Yeah,
You'll get pretty annoyed.
but also like that's kind of funny. I feel like people aren't really mad at you. Well, I mean, people definitely probably have an opinion still, but like I feel like it's funny now. Sorry you went through the abuse, John.
I remember watching that when I was 8 years old and thinking, like, God damn, Kate, like, relax.
I used to love that show too, but I would be like, she's miserable. Like,
Right?
and
I'd
I
be
can't
like,
even
is she too
imagine.
much, or is this how a woman's supposed to act?
Right? I'm like, I can't even imagine having one kid, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having 8. Like, I'm sure that would be so fucking stressful.
I just
and
have a
would be like that
boyfriend,
too.
and that's overstimulating.
I can't even have a pet. I can't even imagine having a kid, let alone 8.
In other news, so as you guys may know, if you are a loyal listener, my kitchen sink I haven't been using for a couple weeks because there's a leak.
Did you tell that story? I don't think you did.
Oh, fuck. If I didn't tell the story, there's basically a leak behind my kitchen sink. And so I had to get an insurance claim and this and that because I have to take out the cabinets and then fix the leak and then put the cabinets back. So it's a big process. And also it leaked through the wall, so I have to like replace some of the drywall. It's a big project.
It leaked through the wall literally into her living room where it was like under her couch.
Yeah. Like dirty ass dishwater. Not from the fucking faucet, it's from the drain. Dirty dish water.
Yeah, just through your wall.
Yeah. The baseboards where it leaked out of are just brown. It's so nasty. Anyway, so I haven't been using my sink for a couple weeks while I get the insurance stuff figured out. So, as one does, I have a bathroom with a sink. I've been washing my dishes in the sink. Last night, I'm washing my dishes. I'm on the last dish. Oops. I drop it.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oopsie poopsie. I expect it to break. It doesn't break. You know what breaks? My fucking sink.
Jump scare. You didn't expect that.
There's a huge ass crack in my sink that goes all the way through. Like, you can see it on the other side of the sink.
Like by the pipes.
Yeah. So now I have to get my fucking sink from So now, and this is only a 1-bathroom house.
You're down to
May
a shower.
I tell you?
You're down to a shower.
Literally. And so I have no sinks. We have to wash our hands in the bathtub.
I like how you have like the curtain like cracked open though. That way
Yeah.
like it's easy to reach the faucet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's more welcoming like that. So I have to get that replaced. And of course my fucking sink. I didn't know there could be different kinds of sinks, but there's like drop-in sinks and then there's undermount sinks. And undermount sinks are a little bit more difficult because you have to mount it into the like granite, the countertop.
Oh. Which one do you have?
An undermount.
I'm Gertie. Why would anything be easy?
Exactly.
What the biggest fucking kicker is, guys, Melissa purchased this home and the kitchen and the bathroom were newly remodeled. So fuck your inspector. Fuck the people that did this.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad. You're in this. You got the mortgage paid.
So not only did I have to purchase a sink, I had to purchase a new countertop because the only way someone's going to replace it is if the undermounted sink is already like into the countertop.
Yeah.
So I had to purchase both. So that's, I think it was like $280 to do that. And then, of course, naturally, I had to buy a new faucet as well.
Why would they make it easy where you didn't have to do that?
Right.
That just
That
doesn't
would be
make
so
any sense.
silly. Because the faucet I have now is just a single little faucet that you turn the thing
Yeah.
to control the water thing. And the new sink and countertop I bought has 3 of the holes.
Were there options and you just oopsied, or like that was the only thing available?
That
at
was
Home
the only
Depot?
thing available. And I thought of just getting a whole new vanity
Okay.
because there's like a cute one that was like natural wood and it was only $319. So
Okay.
if like I'm spending $280, I might as well spend $319. Get a whole
Exactly.
new vanity, and I had a drawer. Oh, it was beautiful. But I decided I'm broke as fuck. So maybe I should save the money.
Yeah.
So I didn't go with that, and I'm trying to be proud of myself, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I should be proud of
mean,
myself.
What is that, like $49?
Right.
But
Also $49 I don't have.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just return it tomorrow.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like only $49, but then still like $49.
Exactly. Maybe I'll return it tomorrow. Maybe I'll go exchange it.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
Leave it in the comments, guys. Should she return?
Please. Anyone.
It'll be too late. We'll give you the update, but
starting a GoFundMe for $319.
Right?
So I had to
Oh
buy a
my
new
god,
faucet.
no, because you Venmoed me $25 that I haven't even put my bank back. So what if I just sent it back and then it was only $25 more for you?
Well, actually, my Venmo, I think I have like quite a few dollars. in it.
Return it. That's basically
because
free
that's like my
money.
emergency fund,
Oh.
which I did use.
Who needs the savings when you have a Venmo?
Right. So I know, we'll see. But I have to get that all figured out. I had to get a new faucet, which faucets aren't fucking cheap. They can be $30. But of course, I have black fixtures, so I have to get a faucet that matches that.
Mm-hmm.
So automatically, the black makes it like they upcharge it a shit amount.
Of course they do.
So the faucet I bought was $119.
Ugh, ma'am. Save the 50. Fuck the vanity.
Mhm.
The one you got looks very nice.
Thank you. And
And
I don't even want the ones that have the two turns, the cold and the hot. I just want one. And I was trying to find one that you can just do one and almost has that plate at the bottom to cover the two other holes, but they just didn't have any.
God damn it.
I think there's probably one I can order online, but I'm trying to get this fixed now because I have no sinks in the house.
How are you gonna wash your dishes? Your spaghetti's gonna go down the drain.
Right? I can't put it down my.
You already, bro, your drainage in your shower is already so fucked. You cannot wash your dishes in your shower.
I hate this.
I'm gonna go take a fat piss. Tell them about your shower drain.
So my shower drain, I had to get plumbers out like 2 or 3 times, I think, because my shower drain would just keep clogging. So finally, I was like, okay, fuck that. I'm not paying $300 fucking dollars every single time for someone to come in for 5 minutes and unclog my drain, because I can't do it with a normal plastic snake thing. So I went on Amazon and I bought this. I think it's called a drain auger. I bought it for like $50, and I put that down my drain, and I can just twist it around and turn it. And so far it's been great. It's helped. And actually the first time I did it, I didn't have any problems for months afterwards. The only time I did have a problem was the first time I had to wash my dishes in the bathtub. And that's because, like, you know, there's just like bits of chicken and stuff, like, and pasta. Trigger warning. If you think taking hair out of a drain is bad, try taking hair mixed with chicken and pasta out of a drain. That shit is so fucking nasty. I wanted to throw up. But thank God I had rubber gloves. That saved my life, but I still almost threw up. But with that being in case you could hear that, that's Abby washing her hands in the tub. I love it here. I love it. I'm having so much fun. This is great. I love being a homeowner. I love being a homeowner.
What happened?
I was just telling him I like being a homeowner.
Oh my god. Clearly.
Oh, it's so fun.
The character development that you've had to experience since purchasing this home.
Can I just call maintenance?
You deserve like a Nobel Peace Prize for like keeping your cool.
Honestly, oh my god, this is such a good business opportunity. Don't no one fucking steal this shit. So
Sign an NDA.
Yeah, sign an NDA right now. So this is the thought I just had. I am going to create a business that is basically like maintenance for an apartment complex, but for homeowners. So if anything fucking breaks, you just call my company and we come over and fix it. And you do like almost like a subscription.
Like a maintenance fee. And then you just use it whenever you need it.
Right. It's like you subscribe to this monthly and, you know, something breaks, we'll come fix it. I'll probably have to work out the details and figure out how much like, I mean, I guess that is like insurance. But a little bit less because it's like I just need my drain cleared.
Yeah.
So for $50 a month, we'll come clear your drain anytime.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Whenever you file an insurance claim, doesn't your insurance go up?
I want to say it does because my mom mentioned something, how she called the insurance company and inquired about possibly submitting a claim. And she never submitted the claim, but that's still like counted. So then when she went to go buy a house, they're like, oh, you've had a claim in your past. And she's like, no, I didn't. And just the fact that she inquired about making a claim was like a claim.
Ew.
So, yeah, I think so.
Fucking greedy bastards, bro. Fucking,
Right?
what the fuck?
Yeah. I know. It's terrible. It's not like I'm a bad driver or anything.
Yeah. Exactly. I get that.
It's literally just
like,
my home. I didn't make a leak in the fucking cement wall.
You literally should call your inspector and be like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What happened?
I'm calling Morgan and Morgan.
Because they walked in the house and shot the thingy at the fucking wall and they found it in 2 seconds. So why didn't you find it?
Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I see inspectors on TikTok, and they'll like run hot water, because my mom was telling me, she's like, oh, I can understand why an inspector wouldn't catch that, because they said that this leak has probably been going on for a while in my kitchen. And my mom was like, oh, it's understandable that they never caught that. But I was like, oh, I mean, this probably isn't standard practice, but I've seen inspectors on TikTok run hot water.
Yeah.
And then they'll take a heat gun and they'll see if water is leaking somewhere.
Yeah.
So it must not be standard practice, or maybe, the leak wasn't going on when the inspector was here. I don't fucking know.
I don't believe that. For your sake of you being fucked over, I don't believe that.
Exactly.
I think you purchased a faulty home and you've already invested so much, let alone the fucking mortgage to purchase this place, but you got windows, you're getting solar, and you were like, oh my god, this kitchen is so nice, this is why I like the house. Fuck your kitchen. Fuck your cabinets.
The whole thing's being gutted.
Right? Like, this is not what you signed up for.
No, not at all.
And that is so unfortunate, especially after your first home buying experience being literally from hell, and now you finally got a house, and like,
that was bad.
The universe is like, nah, fuck you, bitch, I'm still coming for you. Like,
every single major purchase I've made has gone completely wrong.
you should tell your Carvana story.
That's what I was just thinking.
Oh my god, tell your Carvana
I want to
story.
make like a whole outline so I can stick to everything and not forget any details. But let's
I say
see.
finish the tequila and raw dog it.
I'll throw up if I chug it, but
Yeah, don't do that. But just casually sip. Keep the tequila in the veins and expose fucking Carvana.
we still have full batteries, so let me go take a fat piss.
Okay,
and I'll be
yeah.
back.
I'll
Entertain
tell
our
them
guests.
about how I just sold my car. So while Melissa's gonna go piss girl, as you guys know, if you listen to the first episode, which hopefully you did, my car is a piece of fucking shit. And sorry, the fucking roach spray. My car is a piece of shit. Literally nothing worked with it. And then it was a northern car, so she got arrested. She had some problems. So I was like, my insurance was due in January. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I gotta sell this bitch. I'm not paying $2,000 for insurance. It doesn't even turn on. So I sold my car and I tried to sell it as revenge to Carvana for Melissa because I knew the car was a piece of shit. And I was like, maybe I could like fake them out a little bit. No, they offered me like $12 for it. And I was like, that's fair. I guess you guys are smart. Not smart in how you fuck people over. Well, I mean, maybe you do fuck people over for, no publicity is like bad publicity. So maybe that's why they do it. But fuck you, Carvana. Anyways, you didn't take my car and you fucked over Melissa. So I had to sell my car to We Buy Junk Cars. And of course I got it started. I changed the battery. I did everything I needed to do. I poured some oil in it. And it was like, yeah, she runs. Perfect. It's a little questionable, but she technically runs. So I was like, before they come pick it up, I'm going to take it for a spin. So I literally turned the car on, put it in drive. It goes 4 feet and makes a horrendous noise. I put it in reverse and put it right back in the spot. And I was like, technically that was good enough for me because I was terrified to take it any farther than that. And then We Buy Junk Cars came to pick it up. And it was great. They took it. They gave me a check. Car is gone. No insurance is due. Actually, just today I turned in my plates. And shout out to the tax collector because the lady that helped me was really nice. And a lot of times government workers can be like really mean. That and TSA. People are always like scared to deal with them. But the lady was really nice. And I appreciated that. Because I don't like to do hard things. So I just told them about how I tried to scam Carvana for you, but they offered me $12 and didn't believe me.
Fuck Carvana.
Fuck Carvana.
And I will say that till the day I fucking die.
Tell us more.
Let me take a fake.
I made Melissa a margarita, so she's indulging in that tequila. How was the ratio on that one? Is
That
it a
was
little
good.
strong?
Yeah, but it's a good strong.
Okay, good.
It's
We
not
love.
like I can't bear it.
Clearly, it's almost gone. You're doing great.
Let me just take a doggy. Okay. So, my Carvana. I can't
Horror
even.
story.
Yeah, I can't even call it a story. It's just
A nightmare.
Nightmare. Yeah. My Carvana nightmare. So, when I first started making money out of college, I was like, first I was going. Let me backtrack. When I first started making money out of college, I was still driving a car that my dad owned. So I was going to buy that car off of him, but since the plates were Maryland plates and title and this and that, it was very confusing. So I said, fuck that, I'll just buy a car. And I was going around to different dealerships. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just a girl in a dealership that obviously knew nothing. And I watched so many YouTube videos on how to scam dealerships. But
You really did your research.
I did, but I still didn't understand. So so I would show up at the dealership and I'd be like, I want this one and I want it for this much. And they'd be like, well, I can't do that. And I'd be like, well, what can you do? And they would offer me something and I'd be like, and I just wouldn't say anything and they'd be waiting there and they'd be like, so what do you think? I'd be like, I don't know. I would just go silent again. I was like, I just can't do that. That's what else can you do? They're like, that we can't do anything
I
else.
said buy an older car.
Literally, because I was asking like the most absurd prices for these cars.
You said I will take this for $1,000.
They would literally be losing money on this deal. So, but I was like so dead set on being independent because I could have had someone go with me, aka my ex.
No,
But I was too independent for that.
you were.
So, with going to different dealerships, not understanding how to finesse dealerships, and also working night shift, and then these dealerships would fucking call me in the middle of the day. I'm like, oh my god, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So I said, fuck that. I'm gonna go and use Carvana.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I found the exact car I wanted. I had already test drove that car actually at another dealership, and I fell in love with it. So I found this car on Carvana. It was a decent price, and I said, that one's mine. So I already had a car loan what do you call it? Like, they already approved me for a car loan.
Yeah.
My bank. So let's see. I think I had to send them my approval. God, this is hard.
I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, but from how I remember you describing it to me, it was like you had went to the bank and told them that you wanted to purchase a car, and they approved you for like X amount of money, and they gave, and like once you were approved for the loan, they gave you a check for the car for like however many months. Like,
Yeah,
the check was valid.
I think it was valid for like 2 months.
So you had 2 months from the day it was approved to whatever to find the car. Because I remember you were telling me, you were like, oh yeah, like I have the check for X amount of dollars for my car. I just need to find the car and pay for it.
Yes. So I think once I found the car, I had to, do this kind of paperwork and then send in the check I had approved for.
Yes.
So they wanted me to send it in. They preferred this like platform called Plaid. Cut back to where it all made sense. So I had to give Carvana. Okay, I remember now. So I did all this, I guess, paperwork to get this car, and I had to submit my down payment. And they wanted me to submit my down payment through this platform called Plaid. And I tried to do that, and it wouldn't work. So they told me, just
You
had
had
it.
it.
I just had it. So they told me to submit it another way. So I did that, and they gave me the car, and I had also submitted my loan that the bank had given me, and they gave me the car. They didn't ask for any paperwork, nothing when I got the car, which I thought was a little bit weird, but I guess it was all online. So I'm driving around this car for like a month. Everything's fine. I am going out to lunch with my friend Julio. I go out of my apartment, and where's my car? It was right here in this spot.
And the fact that you lived in like a gated community is
like,
well.
what the actual
How
fuck?
the fuck did they get in there?
Girl, I don't know. My car was gone. So I'm trying to call Carvana, and I'm like, did you guys repossess my car? Because I gave you, at this point, 3 different forms of a down payment. The last down payment I gave, they wanted me to upload a cashier's check.
Yeah.
So I got the check, and I uploaded it to their website on the link that they gave me, and still nothing. I didn't hear anything. No one processed my loan, and it had been like quite a while. So finally one day I called Carvana, and I'm like, what's up? And the guy on the other line told me that they weren't able to process it. It wasn't like linked to a bank or something. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I got it out of my bank account. The money is out of my bank account and on that cashier's check.
Yeah.
So he told me that I have to overnight it to them. And I'm like, first of all, fuck you. I'm getting my wisdom teeth out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. Second of all, you're going to pay for this shit. I'm not paying to overnight something. So he thankfully set everything up, and I was able to send the check, overnight it the next day.
You had to get another check?
No, it was the same check. I still had it at my house.
Because you
thank God.
sent them like an electronic copy. Okay.
So thank God. He was like, okay, well, just send it as quick as you can. So I was able to send it the next day. And they gave me the link and they gave me the address and everything. All I had to do was like basically give it to the mail people, and they put it in a thing and sent it. So that was that. I was like, okay, well, I got that figured out. Quite a while had passed. Still, no one had processed my loan. But what else can I do? I've given them 3 different forms of payment. Obviously, they're being really slow with this.
And your car is gone.
Yeah, so I walk out of my apartment. My car's fucking gone.
Repoed in the night.
Yeah, seriously. Overnight. So I'm on the phone with Carvana, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? My friend Julio is coming to pick me up because I just told him I can't find my car.
Shout out Julio.
Thank you, Julio, for picking me up for lunch. And so we're on our way to lunch, and I'm like yelling at Carvana, and then they're telling me to call their finance place, whatever. It's this huge thing, and I'm on hold for forever, and finally they're like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. Like, you can get off the line, and we'll figure this out. We'll give you a call later.
You should have been like, I work tonight.
I should have, but I didn't. It said, okay, sounds good. I'm going to lunch. So I hang up on them, and I go to lunch, and Julio's like, aren't you concerned? I'm like, I'm very concerned, but like,
What can you do?
we have plans right now.
Exactly. The chicken tenders are waiting for me.
Exactly. So we go to lunch. I get back, and I call Carvana back, and they're telling me to call my bank. And I'm like, no, I can't call my bank. They're not the ones who repossessed it because no one processed my loan.
Yeah.
And they're not fucking understanding that. They cannot get that through their dense fucking head. So I'm calling my bank, and my bank's telling me, we didn't do anything. No one processed the loan. I said, I know. So then I call back Carvana, and it's just this whole back and forth. Finally, at like 7 p.m., I get a hold of someone, but they're like, okay, our office is closing for the day. We'll give you a call back tomorrow, I promise. And I'm like, yeah, bullshit. But what else can I do? So thankfully, they give me a call back tomorrow or the next day. And they basically told me that they lost the cashier's check that I sent them, that it was sent to the wrong address, the one that they set up, everything, sent to the wrong address, and they don't know where it is. So I'm like, you lost the $10,000 check?
Responsible.
Right? They're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks for you.
Because it's
give
gone
me my
from your bank account.
Exactly. No, because they asked me. They're like, "Can you send us another one?" And I was like, "Do you not know how a cashier's check works?" Which I didn't know either. I only knew because I was in that situation.
Yeah.
But I still made them feel bad. I said, because I was pissed that my car was gone.
Yeah.
So I was
they
like,
lost your 10K. Like, what the fuck?
seriously? I'm like, do you not understand how a cashier's check works? The money's out of my account. I can't just get another check.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, okay. And they do these things, whatever. And I'm like, can I get my car back now? And they're like, well, we don't know where your car is. And I'm like, so you lost my car? They're like,
check.
Yeah. My $10,000 check. They're like, yeah, we don't know where your car is. So obviously, if I wasn't livid before, I'm livid now.
Did you have like things in your car?
Yes, but thank God. I leave my wallet in my car a lot, which I shouldn't. But thank fucking God, I did not leave my wallet in the car that night. So I still have my wallet. But yeah, I had like other things in the car, but it was just whatever.
But not like your work badge or anything.
No, thank God.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you need to get me a rental car. And they're like, we can't do that because XYZ. You need to get one yourself, but we'll reimburse you.
No, you won't.
And I said, I am 23 years old. I cannot get a rental car. And they're like, well, find someone to get a rental car for you. And I kind of told like a little white lie. I was like, I just moved here. I don't know anyone. You need to get me a rental car, blah, blah, blah. And basically they were like, I'm really sorry, but literally we can't do that.
What kind of fucking customer service is that?
I know. But they were being very nice to me because they knew they fucked up real bad.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting Ubers for that week, and they reimbursed me. Finally, they found where my car was at, but the tow yard was not answering the phone calls.
Why would they? Why would anything go right?
That would be so silly. And finally, they answered the phone call, and I go and I get my car. And the lady was like, oh, we're right about to like auction this off. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
So wouldn't Carvana technically own the car? Because they repossessed it for insufficient funds. So the tow yard doesn't own the car.
Well, it was like their finance company that repossessed it, which is why they first of all had trouble finding the car, because it was like their finance company. So they work with each other, but they're not part of Carvana.
Got you. So
anyway, got my car back. I got a new key for it because they made a new key because they were right about to sell it. And it's dusty because it's in a tow yard.
Yep.
So I'm like, fuck this. I'm getting it detailed. The best detail I can get. I spent $300 on a detail.
Yep.
And I called Carvana and I said, you owe me $300 because it was a mess. Absolute mess. I had to get the whole thing detailed. And they're like, we'll give you $150 because that's our detail charge. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to fight with you.
But you should have.
I should have.
They were
lucky.
Fuck.
They were lucky.
Yeah.
And then on top of this, while trying to get my car back, I had mentioned to the lady that I need another temporary plate because this one, once I get it back, it's going to be expired. And she said, okay, that's no problem. But she never did give me a temporary plate. So I get my car back. I call Carvana again. I said, I need a temporary plate until I get my real plate. And they said something about like the Florida laws and how they can't get me a permanent plate. And I'm like, but that's your job. You're the dealership.
Yeah.
Like by law, you have to get me a plate.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the laws in Florida have changed, so blah, blah, blah.
Let me call the fucking tax collector and ask them. Because
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure they'll suspend your license, and then that'll be $400 to reinstate it.
Right. So I tell them, I was like, okay, this is the last straw. I'm going to go call my attorney, and you'll hear from him in like 2 or 3 business days. Thank you so much. And they're like, okay, hold on. Let me put you on a quick hold. They talk to their manager. Wow. How surprising. They got me a temporary and permanent plate.
Wow. I literally fucking can't stand that happened to you. That is just so fucking crazy.
Like, after I finally get my car back, they can't even get me a plate. Which is their legal obligation.
Yeah.
And then I watched a YouTube video about like all this crap and how Florida was right about to ban Carvana because of all this shit that's happened with them and like not getting plates for people for like over 2 years.
Ew.
Yeah. And I think that was about to either like go in effect or be reevaluated, I think February 1st. And I got it like days prior, my car. So it was like, it was terrible, but I got Cheryl back.
Thank God.
Thank God. I got reimbursed for my Ubers. But I really thought I was going to get like a free car.
I think at that point, if you actually would have fucking called your lawyer, they would have been like, first off, the irresponsibility to lose a $10,000 check. Whose ass got fired for that?
Right. And I bet you they never fucking found that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think they ate the $10,000, which makes me mad because it's like, I wish I just kept that fucking money.
Exactly.
If I didn't even use it to buy the car.
Exactly.
It was horrible.
Fuck the cashier's check, really. If their fucking plaid and other fucking forms of getting it would have worked, fuck them times 10.
Absolute mess. And they're like, okay. So then also at one point, they're trying to process everything and they're like, oh, your auto loan thing expired. And I was like, yeah, I know. I told you it was expired by now because you guys have been so fucking slow. And they're like, okay, well, you just need to call your bank. I said, I'm not calling anyone. You're calling my bank.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're calling my bank. I'm tired of doing your guys' job. I'm tired of it. You're not paying me to do your guys' job. And I've already done so much.
You're just trying to pay for the car.
I just want my car.
Yeah.
So never buy from fucking Carvana. After everything was said and done and like they kind of reimbursed me for shit, which like wasn't a lot.
Did it fuck up your credit that your car got repoed?
I was really worried about that, but it didn't.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I know. My credit might be fucked because of the whole $13,000 I owe the bank kind of thing that didn't actually happen.
But wasn't Carvana.
No, not Carvana. What else was I going to say? Yeah, don't buy from fucking Carvana. After this whole thing happened, I dialed up Morgan & Morgan. I said, Mr. Morgan, this is what happened. And he's like, so you have your car? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah. He's asking me all these questions and basically saying that everything has been appropriately adjusted and this and that.
For who?
My emotional well-being.
Plummet.
Not good. So, yeah, Morgan & Morgan didn't do anything for me, but I still stand by them.
Yeah. I'm sure they would have. Like, maybe if you had called them right whenever the whole debacle had started, you would have gotten a free car.
I should have.
Yeah.
So, but Cheryl's doing great.
For now.
For now, except for when she doesn't think she's in park. Maybe
but
I'll get it
you still have
looked
like
at.
40,000 good miles.
Exactly.
And then you'll have to trade her in maybe with an actual dealership this time.
I know. Yeah, not Carvana.
Yes.
I know. I want to get another one just like her. Because I talked to Alex and he said that the motors are different or like the engines are different with the new ones.
And the newer ones.
So it's not like a 10K mile limit.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. So that's my Carvana story. Thank you so much for listening, and please send your prayers. Let me know of your Carvana stories and comment #Carvana sucks.
Yes. Or I'm actually in the market for a car and I am crippling in student debt and can't get approved for a loan. So cash money, bye. So if you guys have any tricks, tips, anything for cash handling, buying a new car, let me know.
Maybe there's some grants out there.
Exactly. Let me know how you did it. If you couldn't get approved for a loan and you needed a car, I don't want to buy people's problems. I want like a 2021 or newer.
Exactly.
And again, cash money, not doing a loan. But if you know any tricks on how to do that the easiest way, let me know. I'm looking. I really want a Volvo, CX-40 preferably. But you know, you have to think about it. Like $30,000 plus taxes, plus the title, plus the plate. Probably like a lot of money. But a Hyundai Tucson, a little bit cheaper.
Let's talk about Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God, guys.
So I'm not like one to watch the Grammys or anything, But I'm one to watch TikTok.
Yes. Yes.
And I saw her little like performance song.
Flowers.
Yes.
For the third time. I want to say that was the third time she performed it live.
Really?
Kind of a big deal for her.
Wow.
Hot as fuck, Miley.
Oh my God. So I went to the gym for the first time for like a long time.
Because of her inspiration.
Well, I went for the first time probably that day.
Oh, okay.
That I saw it, but I saw it after I went to the gym. And my boyfriend like made me do upper body after I just did lower body.
Gross.
And he knows for a fact that I do not do upper body. I do not have any. He knows for a fact that I have no desire to fucking do any upper body. I've told him that over and over and over again. He's never seen me work upper body.
And you're consistent with that.
I ride on that. Absolutely not. Abs and legs all the way.
You die on that hill.
And so anyway, he was like, do some push-ups. And I was like, okay. I did 8 push-ups. And he's like cranking them out. And I'm like, yeah. I did 8. And then we took a little break for a few seconds. And he's like, okay, another round. So I'm like, okay, let me do modified push-ups. Not girl push-ups. Modified push-ups.
Modified push-ups.
And I did those. And I did like 3 or 4 maybe. And yeah, he's just like bragging on me. And I'm like, bro, relax. You know I don't do this shit. I don't aspire to do push-ups.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fighter. I never claimed to be.
Yep. Yep.
And then he takes me over to do fucking pull-ups. As if that's any easier.
Yeah. A pull-up is honestly kind of like a mind fuck.
Right?
Because it's not, I mean, it is your arms, but like, not.
I know.
It's a lot of your back.
I always thought it was your arms, so I could never do it. So I was like, okay, let me try my back. Still couldn't fucking do it. But I was like, okay, I'll need a spot. And he spotted me, and I didn't do anything. He just put me up
Lifted
to
you
the
up and
bar
down.
and back down. Because I literally couldn't do anything. All I could do was like tense up my muscles, and that was it.
But did it make you feel good that he was like lifting you, and that way you got like the experience? Like, did it make you feel accomplished?
No.
Oh.
Because I hate it.
Yeah. It wasn't like a fun ride.
No, because he was like lifting me by my body, so it like kind of like tugged on my skin a little bit, and it hurt a tiny bit.
Fuck a pull-up.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. And he was like, wow, I did all that for you. I said, yeah, I know.
That was his upper body workout. He's welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now let's go home.
Exactly. And I think I did 2 rounds, aka he did 2 rounds for me. The third round I was like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
I'm exhausted.
So anyway, going back to Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
She was so toned, and especially like her like collarbone, shoulder area. Oh my God. It wasn't, because I'm scared of getting big when I work out. It wasn't beautifully toned.
Miley, you were hot as fuck.
Oh my God.
I love you.
I was drooling.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely drooling.
Pussy dripping, mouth dripping, everything.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah. Performance amazing. Looks amazing.
10 out of 10 all around.
Yeah. Drop your workout routine, Miley.
Please.
Not that I'll do it, but at least I would know how you did.
Exactly. I would support it.
Exactly. I'm not a gym goer. I'm not an exerciser. I played track, guys. Whenever I was in high school, I played track. And we'd get to the part, and it was like we would practice like in a like my school district was like fucking nutty. Honestly, it was like 2 schools in one district. So it was like one was one place, and then one was in like a town 30 minutes over. So the track field was in the one 30 minutes over. So we would go over there for track practice. And they'd be like, okay, run. And I literally would be in last place for everything. They'd be like waiting on me. I'd be like crawling on the ground trying to finish. And everyone would just be staring at me and be like, what the fuck? And I'd be like, yeah, no, you guys can't continue till I'm done. And then they'd be like, okay, run. And I'd be like, I'm going to hide in the woods. They never got my mile time. I refused. I would be anywhere else besides doing that. And they were like, okay, you're gonna jump, right? You have long legs, jump. So I practiced jumping, kind of. I guess that's where I hung out most at practice. So I get to my first track meet, and I run in the sand and forget to jump. My brain just fucking misfires. And they're like, okay, you're an embarrassment. You're not the jumper of the team. I'm like, okay, cool. So they go to have me throw like the frisbee looking thing. I'm in practice. I'm like, yeah, throw a frisbee, right? And obviously, like, that's like a heavy disc. I fucking hit the pole of the net that keeps the people safe in case the disc were to fly into the crowd. I fucking took out the pole that was holding the net to keep the people safe. And they were like, now you're like proving to be a hazard to others. So we're not gonna do that. So then they were like, you know what? Maybe you literally, what the fuck else are you gonna do? Throw the stick looking thing. I'm like, yes, I can do this. So I get to my track meet and I like do the little hop, skip, and a jump to throw the stick. And I threw it 16.8 feet. And I'm like, bad bitch, 16.8 feet. Whoosh, it's gone. The girl behind me throws it 124 feet.
God damn.
She just had to fucking show me up like that. So then after that meet, they kindly asked me not to return the next year.
Was it JV?
I don't think there were really divisions. I think it was like you had to be in high school to do it. So it was just like one team. And then it was like kind of like I graduated with 64 kids in my class. I think it was like a super small school. Mm-hmm. And then the other school was even smaller. So it was like just one, smorgasbord of kids. And I had none of the talents required.
They didn't even give you an opportunity to be most improved.
They said, we are giving up all hope. Please don't come back next year.
You're a danger to everyone.
Literally.
I went to this like very expensive boarding school for like a year. And you had to do a sport. It was mandatory to do a sport every single season.
That'd be a no for me.
Right? And so I was like, okay, soccer can't be that hard. I play lacrosse. It's like same concept.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Things are a lot different.
Okay.
I learned that one.
Well, I would, yeah.
And so I'm playing in my first scrimmage. I don't know what's going on. I have the ball boy telling me what to do. He's like, Melissa, run forward. So I'm like, and I run forward. And he's like, come on, fall back. I'm like, okay. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I thought it was going to be just like lacrosse, but with your feet.
Yeah.
It was not. Spacing totally different. It was a mess. I was not good. I showed a lot of potential at first. So I think I was a starter. And I lost that one. Was not a starter anymore.
I mean, at least they gave you the opportunity.
Right.
Sports are hard.
Yes.
I remember thinking after all of these endeavors, I was like, Serena Williams is cool. I could do that. I bought a tennis racket. There's so much fucking running in tennis. It is so misleading.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Bye-bye.
This is our last hope, guys. Stay tuned. Forget the multiple angles. We're back to the OG. I don't know. I played basketball all through elementary school, and I really don't know anything about the sport. I was just, like, there. And then I remember in 5th grade, they were like, what's the thing wherever you're, like, you're under the net?
Layup.
Yeah. They were like, layup. And I'm standing at the line of yeet. And they were like, fucking do a layup. And I'm like looking at everyone. I'm like, what's everyone else doing? And then I just like copied them. But I had to go first. And they were like, do a layup. And I just literally threw it as far as I could across the court. Yeah. They were like, bitch, this is year 6 for you. What the fuck are you doing? And after that, I don't know. I told them my grandpa was sick and I couldn't come back. I was embarrassed.
Oh, Pap.
I was like, I need to get out of this one. But honestly, in 3rd grade, I fucking dominated because I am only 5'7" now, but I used to be above average. I know that's like an average height for a woman now. But until I was in 5th grade, I was so fucking tall. I was the tallest kid ever. My dad is 6'3", so like I was a tall child. And in 3rd grade, I was the only bitch making the baskets. Whoosh. Whoosh. Yeah, literally. And then it just I don't think I really understood the game. I think that I was the only one that kind of reached it for like the lowered height that it was whenever you're fucking 9.
When I was in middle school, again, I went to a tiny ass private school. Mm-hmm. And so we barely had enough people to make a basketball team. And me and Sydney were like the only 2 like kind of athletic people. Mm-hmm. So we're the 2 point guards, but we're also the shortest on the team.
My name's Trey. I got a basketball game tomorrow. I'm a point guard. That's Melissa.
Exactly. And one of the teachers had a daughter who was tall, but she didn't go to the school. But we welcomed her onto the team anyway because she was fucking tall.
Oh, nice.
Couldn't catch a ball.
God damn it.
Like, and we're not talking like a little baseball. She couldn't catch a fucking basketball to save her life. And we're all so small. I don't know what it was, but just everyone in that school was so short. And like all the other teams would just pass the ball like over our heads. There was nothing we could there's nothing we could do about it. Damn. And finally we got this tall girl and she couldn't even catch the ball.
It
not
wasn't
good
meant to be.
There was one time one of the teams didn't have enough players and they had to play one player short, and we had enough players and they still beat us.
God damn. Do you remember freshman year whenever we were really drunk that day? I can't even do like an actual cartwheel. Watch the fucking intro video. You'll see me doing my cartwheel.
It was a good one.
My legs are at a 90-degree angle. It was a pretty good cartwheel for me, but I'm not a perfectionist at a cartwheel. But one night, me and Melissa and our friend Megan were just fucked up freshman year, and they were like, email the swim coach, tell him you want to join. We'll put you on the bungees and teach you how to do a flip.
The dive coach.
Yes.
David.
Correction. The dive coach, tell him you could do a flip like a motherfucker and he'll put you on a team. And I literally
we'll vouch for you.
Literally, I had a whole email in my draft, and then the next morning when I was sober, I was like, Abby, save yourself the public humiliation as an adult, okay? Don't do it.
Honestly, they would have taken anyone.
Oh, yeah.
I know it was D1 and everything, but they would have taken anyone.
Honestly, I should have done it. I regret it. You only regret 100%. What is that? It's you only regret. You only miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Scott.
That was me joining the dive team. I should have fucking sent the email.
You missed 100% of the shots because you didn't take it.
The person who actually quoted it, Michael Scott. And then whenever we were in Mexico, we were on this like catamaran tour. We were snorkeling. And, like, after you were done snorkeling, they were like, oh, you can jump off the boat. And, like, Melissa, our friend Nat, Megan, like, everyone who we went with was, like, a diver. And then there's me, the fucking narp of the group. And they're all, like, doing flips and shit off the boat. And I'm, like, auto rolling in the water. I'm like, this is my flip. I'm going to do 360 vertically. I couldn't do it.
I love that. Honestly, though, everyone on that, I'm making sure it's still filming. Honestly, though, everyone on that ship, not pass a vibe check.
No.
We were the main characters
We
on
were
that
literally
catamaran.
fucking like making out and fucking shaking tits and taking shots.
We were making out, taking shots, pole dancing.
Literally.
And everyone else is like, are like families on there?
Literally. And we're like fucking our Instagram stories.
Absolutely feral.
But they were fucking jealous because we got the good seats.
We did.
We were the last on the boat. And the captain was like, oh, you could sit right here on like this daybed part. We said, we're parking it right here.
Yes, sir.
So everyone else was on like the hard benches and we were like on the lounging couch like right under the sail. They were jealous.
That was so funny. We were absolutely feral.
We were like
the only people drunk.
Literally. Literally.
I want to do that again.
Same. That was so fun.
If you ever go to Mexico, you have to go on a catamaran.
Snorkeling.
Drinking. Snacks.
Exactly. Or if you go to Barcelona. I did in Barcelona too. It was really cool. But I got stung by a jellyfish.
Oh.
Yeah. There were a lot of jellyfish in the water. I didn't see that, but I was like, I'm going to swim. So off the boat. I was like, oh my God, the water's really cold. And something feels like it's stinging me. I'm like, I'm just probably being dramatic. Nothing's stinging me. So then I'm in the water for maybe like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, it's really cold and something really burns. So, and then, oh my God, I can't get back on the boat. Because the ladder's fucking slippery and like no upper body strength. So I'm like clawing my way. The two captains are like grabbing my arm. Trying to yank me back on the boat. And I was like, oh God, I thought I was going to die out there. And then I'm back on the boat and I was like, oh my God, something was stinging me. And everyone was like, oh my God, you're being so dramatic. The water was just cold. And I was like, okay. So I wait 5 minutes. All you see is tentacle marks like fucking down my leg, on my arm. I was like, I knew I wasn't a fucking bitch. It really happened.
I knew there was something out here.
Exactly. And then it didn't hurt anymore. I just wanted validated that it really happened for the 2
Yes.
seconds that it hurt.
Right. Understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever go to Barcelona in fucking October, watch for the jellyfish.
Oh, watch out. One time I had a jellyfish on my hand.
Ew, no.
I like went to go pick up a seashell and I lifted my hand up and there's a jellyfish on it. But I don't think it had any tentacles.
It didn't sting you.
It was literally just jelly on my hand and I freaked out. Fucking flung that shit. And that's it. That's the story.
I love that. That was a good one.
Thank you.
This camera's red. I think we need to say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Two Neurons, One Mic.
Absolute total improv. Not like we really plan out our other episodes. We have like a subject we want to talk about, but this one was absolute improv.
This one was a special kind of hot mess.
we
We made it work.
Let's have a shot of tequila, get high off roach spray, and let's go.
And
3, 2, 1, action.
and that was it. You heard it here, folks.
This was brought to you by Raid and
Neutral for
Neutral.
killing the germs. 1800 for the tequila.
Period.
Get that job done.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next
You
week.
better fucking comment on what should they
Yes.
comment on?
What should you comment about? Oh my god, tell us about any sport you played.
Yes, please.
About your
Any fails,
experiences.
any wins, whatever you want to talk
Did
about.
you get 1,000 points? Did you not make the team? Did you never try? We're here for it. We want to hear it all.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
We've been through it all.
clearly.
One time I got dequalified.
Okay.
One time I got dequalified in college on one of my meets because I failed 2 dives.
Oh. Fuck that.
I didn't care.
You said
I left out. Whoopsie.
Rest of the day, Gigi.
That was tricky.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Let us know if you were ever Trey and you were the point guard.
Yes. Got a basketball game on Friday.
Basketball game tomorrow.
That's it.
Mhm.
I got basketball game tomorrow. I'm point guard. Let us know.
Please. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Domino's Pizza, we love you.
We love you. Thank you.
We'll send you an email.
Yes.
See you next week. Bye.